me Joanne, and my student ID number is 2024-716. Now I will present structure skill 17, inverting the subject and verb with negatives. Inversion happens when the subject and the verb change their normal sentence order. Normally, we use subject plus verb. However, when a negative expression appears at the very beginning of a sentence, the structure changes to negative expression, followed by a helping verb, then the subject, and finally the main verb. Next, we can see examples of this rule. For instance, instead of saying I did not miss a question once, we invert it to not once did I miss a question. And this also applies to almost negative words like hardly, barely, scarcely, and only. For example, hardly ever does he take time off. We learned that inversion doesn't just happen at the beginning of a sentence. If a negative expression appears in front of a subject and a verb in the middle of a sentence, they are also inverted. This frequently happens with the words neither and nor. Look at this example. I do not want to go, and neither does Tom. Notice how does comes before Tom. Okay, this slide provides a helpful summary of all the negative expressions that trigger this inversion, such as no, not, never, neither, nor, seldom, rarely, and scarcely. Remember the core formula. Whenever these words front a clause, the subject and verb must flip, as in rarely were they so happy. And now we have exercise 17 to test our understanding. Let's look at number 1. Never the boy wrote to his sisters. This is incorrect because it lacks a helping verb and inversion. It should be never did the boy write to his sisters. Number 2, on no occasion did they say blah 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 is correct because it is properly inverted.
Skill 18. Invert the subject and verb with conditional. In some conditional sentence, we can omit if and invert the subject and verb. From explain, if he had taken more time, become had he taken more time. This slide show the difference between normal and invert conditional form. In the normal form, we use if. In the inverted form, we remove if and the change of the order of the subject and verb. The meaning in the same, but the invert form is more formal. This is to explain. The correct answer is D. Had more care been taken. It is correct because it used conditional invert the correct positive structure.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about structure skill 19, but before it, let me introduce myself. My name is Renaya Cahaya Kolbi, and my student number is 2024-714. On this slide, we learn about inversion after comparisons. Normally, after the word then, we use the usual subject and verb order, such as John does. However, in more formal English, the subject and verb can be inverted. For example, instead of saying then John does, we can say then does John. Both forms are grammatically correct, but the inverted form sounds more formal and is often found in the TOEFL question. This chart shows the two possible structures used after comparisons. The first structure keeps the normal word order, where the subject comes before the verb. The second structure uses the inversion, where the verb comes before the subject. For example, we were more prepared than the other performance, where can also be written as we were more prepared than were the other performance. The meaning stays the same, only the sentence structures change. Here we have a TOEFL-style question. The praise, the result of any previous test, is already the subject, so only a verb is needed after then. That is why the correct answer is were. And for the exercises, number 1 is correct because it uses the inverted structure properly, then has any other candidate. And for number 2 is incorrect because the inversion is used incorrectly. The correct form is then were the other member of the audience, or it can be then the other member of the audience were.
Okay, I will explain skill 20. Make verbs agree after prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase is a group of words that begin with a preposition and is followed by an object. In here, for example, on the table, in the room, with my friend, its function is to add information, explain place, time details. It is not a subject. Okay, in this example, the verb must agree with the real subject, not the noun in the professional phrase. In the first sentence, the K is singular, so the correct verb is. In the second sentence, the K is plural, so the correct verb is are. Therefore, always identify the subject before choose the verb. Now, let's look at exercise 20. In this exercise, we need to identify the professional phrases, the subject, and the verb. Then, we decide whether each sentence is correct or incorrect. For sentence number 1, the subject is the climber and the verb is need. Since both are plurals, the sentence is correct.
Skill 5. Fourth, pronouns preferences. In TOEFL, we need to identify which noun a pronoun refers to. Usually, the noun comes before the pronouns. The correct answer is B. Display. They reference to the displays because it is the consent pattern noun before the pronouns.
This slide show an example of a pronoun reference question in this TOEFL test. We need to identify what the pronoun it refers to. In the sentence, it refers to an insect because the insect gets caught in the sticky hairs of the plant. This type of question tests our understanding of reference in a reading passage.
Okay, in this slide, so we're gonna focus on identifying pronouns reference. In other words, we need to determine what a pronoun such as it, they, or them refers to in a passage. A useful strategy is to look at the words that come before the pronoun and find a noun that match the meaning and number. Then, replace the pronouns with that noun to see if the sentence still makes sense.
This slide shows a TOEFL reading exercise about the harvest moon. Question number 1 asks what the pronoun it in line 2 refers to. Reading the context, it is a bright moon, blah blah blah. The correct answer is C.